Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria 2 and the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and as we hit 1900 or 19th century, or is it 20th century? I'm guessing it's 20th century. I can never remember how you count that, but as we hit 1st of January 1900, a lot of things changed. For example, now we're recording in Windows 10 for the first time, and I don't know how it will turn out, but it seems to be working pretty stable so far. Also, I'm recording in a new location, so if the sound is different or bad, I apologize beforehand. But, you know, of course, if it's different good, then yay, that's amazing. I've done some tests beforehand, but you never really know for sure. Also, for Austria-Hungary, a lot of technologies have been unlocked, and we have anti-rationalism now. Or, we don't have it yet, but we are working towards it, I suppose. And it should be done pretty quickly, because we have a lot of points saved up. I can't see exactly how many, but there is quite a few of them. So before we start, let's make the usual sort of tour around the world and see what is going on. For example, in the war right now we have the American War of Cuban Freedom that Germany for some reason is leading, and they have a lot of troops here in East, well, I guess it's East German Africa, Zanzibar and Tanganyika. I don't know how to pronounce that. Also German Kenya, 102,000 men. It seems like they have sent the African army that they sent down, the Africa Corps, if you will, was a bit overdimensioned. And also both the Second and First Boer War is going on simultaneously. And one thing that I found pretty amazing is that Orange, or Orange, I also don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm terrible with these things. Still, this little Boer place is doing really well and has occupied pretty much half of South Africa, so I'm thinking of even sending them some war subsidies here, have some money. Hopefully Britain won't mind that too much. You can't see really if it was affected by that. It should be affected because I'm funding their enemies, but I don't think the game realizes that. I don't think the diplomatic system or is taking that into account. If it was made today, it probably would do that. And of course, let's not forget that Italy butchered France and took the Rhone Valley. And honestly, it looks pretty terrible right now. And Germany has taken Elsass-Lothringen, and the world is a crazy place. And I still have these places, and I should still take Franconia because I butchered Germany before. And what is happening in Spanish Cuba? USA has completely occupied it, so it seems more likely than not that we will see Cuba being freed. I don't really see how Cuba acquires Cuba. Oh, yeah, I was reading that wrong. I thought it meant that the United States acquired Cuba, even though it just said Cuba. Oh well, never mind. And of course, I've mentioned this maybe 15 times by now, but the glorious United States of Argentina is living on. Well, so let's continue on and see what happens right now. Our armies are pretty much fully equipped. I could probably get a few more. I don't see why not. I like my position, right? Oh, I already have that. I'm so smart. I already thought about it, even before realizing that I thought about it. But yeah, Austria's position in Europe is really strong right now. We have many well-equipped armies. We have an amazing economy that's doing really well, even though it's still relying quite a bit on subsidies. And well, not these kind of subsidies, but I mean tariffs. And our industry is relying on subsidies quite heavily, which is not that good. Our lumber mills are doing terrible across the board. But I don't know, until the liberals feel ready to take over, I don't really see much point in worrying about it. But I still kind of want to get rid of child labor and stuff like that. And slavery is thankfully outlawed, which is not the case in Spain, the simultaneous playthrough, where I still haven't gotten rid of slavery, but what can you do about it? Literacy is increasing amazingly well, as per usual, and I mean there's a lot of rebel factions, but they're not... Oh god, Romanian patriots, now when I mention it, some of these are pretty strong. Anarcho-liberals are really strong. I don't want them to be strong though, so they better stay away. I should probably increase my navy as well. I also don't have anything in Africa whatsoever, and I probably should have been faster on taking that. I mean, even Germany has Yoruba states, and funnily enough doesn't have Togo, which they did historically, but they got a few things here to make up for it. Gabon, which is... even Gabon just on its own sounds very, very French. I'm assuming it's a French word, but who knows? Gabon! Which probably is a racist way of saying it. Who knows? Orange is doing well, but they will be smashed by 62,000 men in what is essentially the army of South Africa from the United Kingdom. And now the Romanian patriots have awoken from the slumber and will be killed. So this is pretty much ethnic... Oh no, don't tell me I'm gonna lose this guy. No, he's smart enough to stay and wait. Even though he is part of Romanian patriots. For whatever reason. That's not very good. I mean, he's newly recruited and he's already part of a rebel organization that will be slaughtered to the last man. Because if there's something that Austria-Hungary won't tolerate, it's dissent and, well, general comeuppance. Is that a proper word to use in this scenario? Comeuppance? Maybe. Maybe. I should really get a dictionary of words and learn every single word in the English language. I mean, I already have the problem of not being natively English, so to speak. So I'm guessing I'm doing quite well anyway. Maybe. All these armies are on rebel duty, and they smashed that rebellion without me even having to do anything. That's the best thing about this hunting rebels thing. When they added that, it took off so much micromanagement. So much micromanagement. The second Olympic Games, of course, prestige, always like that, and if we win, there will be a lot more prestige, which will be even better. I mean, I should really it's in my interest to have the Balkans under me. Oh, first to the North Pole, and now suddenly I am still in third place, but I'm securely in third place though. Let's not forget that I'm way ahead of the United States of America, for now, and Germany is still way ahead of me in industry. Pomerania, funnily enough, is the industrial powerhouse of Germany, and not the Ruhr Valley, or what they call it, which you would expect. But yeah, I should probably increase my my sphere here in Montenegro and these other places. Bosnia-Herzegovina is already under my sphere, safely so. And now I got done with anti-rationalism, and thus philosophy is done. So I'm guessing bolt-action rifles, and don't we have gas attack? I should probably go for gas attack. Military directionism. It's a very good technology, and I would probably advise everyone to pick it up as soon as possible? Question mark? It seems so good, so good. And maybe finishing mechanization will be pretty good for my economy as well. Factory throughput tech plus 10%, and RDU output efficiency tech 5% is pretty darn good at too. Also electrical power, pretty much all of these are good. This is a bit less good. I mean, what is my production of steel and stuff anyway? It's really high. I don't think we're using up nearly as much as we're producing. I mean, we're producing 18.65% of the world's iron and 17% of the world's steel. That's pretty good for a nation that is more essentially landlocked in the middle of Europe. It's pretty good. I mean, we don't have massive empires to draw these kind of resources from, so it's pretty good. Actually, what do we produce? Population density, RGO output. Where is the... I'm guessing that... Yeah. See, Bohemia is really, really good for this kind of things, and so is Slovakia. Or Moravia, I suppose. Slovakia is over here. Yeah. Yeah, but these regions are really, really good for those kind of purposes. I don't really know why this is added to Slovakia, because it doesn't seem... Oh, it does have a lot of Slovaks. What am I talking about? But this does not. This is more Ukrainian than anything else, so it might as well be part of East Galicia or something. But it's probably based on some borders, so it probably makes more sense than I'm making it out to be. And this army is done. Probably should pick up another army. I mean, can have almost 200 possible brigades. It's pretty good. And by now we should probably use up all our South German even though we're running a bit low on them. And Romanian artillery, and I don't really like to rely completely on one ethnicity when it comes to these sort of things, considering that they are prone to rising up and saying, we don't want to be part of your empire anymore, a la Romania, for some reason. And we did take Moldavia from Romania, which now looks pretty much, it's all Wallachia and a bit of Dobruja, as well as Bessarabia. So they've been a bit butchered from pretty much everyone. And apparently things are being built across all of Austria-Hungary. I'm guessing it's the railroads that are being expanded, since we did pick up integral rail system, which was unlocked at 1898. It's pretty good. Next is limited access roads. That doesn't sound nearly as cool as integral rail system, which is 1919, which is the same time synthetic polymers are being unlocked, which is the last supply limit increase. That's pretty good. Anything else happening in the world? Did Cuba get free? No. Apparently Germany saved Cuba, and Germany has Spain under their sphere, which is not good for me, because I don't like Germany. Well, actually, in real life I do like Germany, no offense there. But in this game, in this context, Germany is no good. Germany should be part of the great Austro-Hungarian Empire, as far as I'm concerned. It's not an unreasonable thing to see. Ottoman Red Guards. Huh, and they have no army. What the hell happened? Ottoman Empire, what the hell? How many troops do they have? 2 brigades, is that all? Where are they even? Ottomans. I'm looking for the Ottomans. Adamawa Emirates? Never heard of. Portuguese Nate what the hell is going on? Why are the Portuguese suddenly in what is today Saudi Arabia, but this time it's pretty much Arabia? I have no clue. Shift work, I'm gonna focus on getting my industry up and running, so I should probably try to help out here to increase industry where is possible, essentially. So what is the national focus is doing? I'm trying to... oh no, I moved the camera a bit too much. Encourage craftsmen across the board. How many people in our multinational... 11% craftsmen. And I mean, this is very multinational country. I didn't know that Ukrainians and Romanians were that big portion of my population, but apparently. And Polish as well. Seemingly, areas over here are a bit quite dense when it comes to population. Prague is one of the... Prague and Vienna. Oh, Prague is by far the biggest city in my lands. I'm surprised when Venice is not higher. I mean, Padua and Verona are both doing well. Verona, by the way, beautiful city. Padua as well. Venice, beautiful city to visit, but I'm not... I would never live in Venice, is what I'm trying to say. But it's nice to visit once in a while. But Verona, gotta love Verona. It's a very nice city. Still need to go to Trent. Actually, still need to go to Vienna and Prague. It's the 2 cities in, if I say this is Central Europe, that that and Munich, they're kind of like the triangle of cities that I want to visit. Munich, Prague, and Vienna. No offense to cities beneath, Salzburg, for example, but I mean, Munich, really. You can't go wrong with Munich. Reinhold von Württemberg. Württemberg is part of my country now, so that makes sense. And he's a really good general, or well, he's not bad. He's not really good, but he's good. Is what I'm trying to say. Let's see, Romanian, Hungarian, South German, Hungarian, South German, Romanian, and engineer. Ukrainian, and Czech Hussars. Czech. I also like that. Czech. Are these new built armies ready for... No, they're not.